It was a Friday evening when my wife, Sarah, called to say she'd be late. Her tone was casual, almost too casual. "Don't wait for me," she said lightly. "I'm going out with some colleagues after work." I was halfway through replying with a simple, "Okay," when something in her voice made me pause. A strange instinct stirred inside me, a whisper that something wasn't right. Without thinking much, I replied, "Have fun with Mark." The silence that followed was deafening. For a few seconds, she didn't say a word. Then she stammered, "What do you mean?" Her voice was suddenly shaky, unsure. I could almost hear her heart racing through the phone. That was when I knew my suspicion had hit the mark. I had never mentioned Mark before. She did. A few weeks ago, she talked about this new guy at work who was just so funny and easy to talk to. I brushed it off at the time, but I guess part of me filed that information away, waiting for a moment like this. "Nothing," I said calmly. "Just thought you might be going out with Mark. You seem to mention him a lot lately." The line went quiet again. Then she mumbled something about her friends calling her and hung up. I sat there on the couch, the TV flickering in front of me, my stomach twisting with a mix of anger and sadness. I didn't know if I was overreacting or if I had just caught my wife lying to me. About an hour later, I heard her key turn in the lock. She walked in, cheeks flushed, eyes darting everywhere but at me. "You're home early," I said quietly. She forced a smile and said her friends canceled at the last minute. I looked at her coat. No smell of perfume, but there was a faint trace of cologne that wasn't mine. My heart sank. She noticed my expression and panicked. "You don't trust me, do you?" she snapped. I didn't answer. That night, we barely spoke. I lay awake, staring at the ceiling, her back turned toward me. In the dark, my mind ran wild with questions I wasn't sure I wanted answers to. The next morning, she broke down crying, confessing that she and Mark had gotten too close, that it just happened, and she was sorry. I felt my whole world crumble with those words. I didn't yell or throw things. I just sat there, numb, listening to her explain and apologize through tears. Love, trust, marriage. It all suddenly felt like a fragile illusion. When she finished, I quietly said, "You told me not to wait for you." I should have listened. Then I walked out, leaving her crying at the kitchen table. Sometimes I wonder if I did the right thing. Maybe I should have fought for her, for us. But every time I remember that moment, her silence after. I said Mark's name. I realized that's when our marriage truly ended. It wasn't when she cheated. It was when she forgot that I was someone who would always notice.